How to use a calendar's template in Google Docs. Choosing the template for your Google Doc is something that you might not have even give a second thought to. But did you know that you can easily insert images onto the calendar in your Office Planner? And that it only takes 11 seconds to start editing? If this sounds like too much work for change, the time savings may be enough for a seasoned website marketer to switch templates now. I remember that all my life, the only time I have thought about having fun was when we went to Orlando Fright Fest. Going through all the rides to pick which one I want to go on or pay $5 for was never part of the fun for me. In making groups such as this, it is no surprise that since experiencing ADF, which stands for All Day Fun, so many other website marketer friends find themselves in an enticing situation with their team and coworkers. The attraction. Introduction. With Google's new styles in Docs, it's easy to make your meeting schedule more professional. There are many templates available in this section of the menu. If you click Templates, select Calendars, and then choose Weekly or Daily Schedules, you will be able to choose a template that is already laid out for you. Docs will then go amazingly beyond the simplicity of a Microsoft portal or even Outlook. You can select specific time periods, use preset graphics, or write your own custom HTML code. Needless to say, you are in great hands with Google Docs. I suggest to clone them and take advantage of this great service. Report Export. Analysts often need to create reports that summarize various information contained in various documents / reports. In order to keep their data organized, compilation reports must be. Getting started with a calendar template. There are two general ways for sorting your information with styles: formatting calendars and planning. You have the option of creating the template that best fits your needs, or using one that is already available on the site. Before you get started, make sure to download a calendar so that you can work on it at your desk. Creating list of events to track for Google Doc. When you are preparing a spreadsheet to track your weekly schedule or monthly planners, it's especially important to keep an eye on what's been happening. There needs to be some way of turning all the notes and dates into a list, which can then be input into the spreadsheet for easy reference. Here are some tips for creating the calendar template in Google Docs. The asterisks indicate the data you need. Go to Settings on the top right of Google Docs. Click the Create a Message button on the screen that follows. If you don't see this, go back to Step 1. Click Create a Message. The pop-up window will come up asking which of your calendars you want to use as your messages. Select just one and click Create Message. Keep in mind that if you want all of your event, adding an event to the calendar in Google Docs. To add an event to a calendar in Google Docs, you have to fill in several tab boxes for the name of the event, a location and time. To find this template on the left side of the project page, click on the icon with 3 hands for calendar. The format for events is determined by an orange box below the main box, but you don't need to use it as it's shared among all calendars of Google Docs. Creating your own events for a calendar is pretty easy with Google Drive, in the same way we did for creating an event in Trello. In this case, we need to follow these 5 steps. Hey, add an event with the following format on a spreadsheet: client name, OFICIAL, organization, date, location, time. Please send any offer or request you have. Let us know if you have any comments or suggestions. Remember that if there are no collaborators, it will only. Deleting dates from Google Docs calendar. Using a calendar's template in Google Docs is straightforward. To create your own, type the days of the week followed by AM and PM on the start line and close it with the corresponding dates all on one line. Then, select those dates from the chart icon in Google Docs upper left-hand corner, which is just to the left of it in the far right column of icons. True. Using the week view in the calendar in Google Docs. Google Calendar allows for viewing the week at a time in the calendar, but when you look at the individual days, it looks more like a spreadsheet. This can make it difficult to pick which day is which if you're trying to write something or plan a presentation. Getting rid of the grid view altogether is also difficult, as Google Docs had a weekly view until early 2018 and would make it appear out of place to switch back. Geodocs has proposed a solution that helps individuals use the week view for their own purposes. This is effectively shifting the keyboard back to a QWERTY layout, as QWERTY keyboards have more keys than smartphones, so makes typing easier in terms of scrolling and also helping with stroke recognition. When you introduce mobile keyboards in tandem with software that uses touch such as Google Docs and other things like fuzzy search or search suggestions, minimizing the number of physical keys on the keyboard makes sense. The way the request to change has been designed is Google will redirect using the week preview mode in the calendar in Google Docs. If you are working and want to quickly see what the next week looks like, you can use the week preview mode in Google Docs. After clicking on the week preview button, press Ctrl+, to select the appropriate date and move it forward or backward. You can also type in a specific date so that the calendar shows what will be happening on that date. Using the week preview mode in Google Docs.com for American users. If you are working and want to quickly see what the next week looks like, you can use the week preview mode in Google Docs.com for American users. After clicking on the week preview button, press Ctrl+, to select the appropriate date and move it forward or backward. You can also type in a specific date so that the calendar shows what will be happening. Conclusion: out of all the templates that can be used on a Google Docs calendar, there are two general templates commonly used. The first is the daily-based template with 3 rows and 2 columns. With this template, it is easy to organize scheduled meetings as well as keeping track of appointments. The 2-1 weekly-based one can be used to schedule regular monthly meetings and prepare the calendar. Both work great in the Google Enterprise account management levels.